Whew, good afternoon, everyone. So I just got back from the gym. I'm eating some food here. Um, Life has been a bit hectic, bro. Like, still trying to figure it out. I've been thinking about potentially trying to enlist, trying to join the Air Force. If I pass their test or whatever. Um, I just can't see the light anymore. You know, like I wouldn't say I'm like depressed, but like I don't feel like the kind of happy energy I used to feel. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if that's like because I'm an adult and I'm like sort of taking care of myself and like I have more responsibilities, so I don't have time for fun. But I'm just like, I'm not depressed, but I'm like not happy either. You know, like I don't have anything to look forward to in life. Well, I don't know. I just feel like, I just feel like, I feel like within the animal kingdom, like humans have desecrated themselves because this world is made for everybody equally, you know? But as humans, we have created these laws that prohibits an individual from making those decisions for himself, him or herself, even though the world is equally belongs to me as with anybody, you know? Like, who has the right to tell you where you can and cannot live, bro? Like, that shit should not be right. Like, I understand people have territories and what's mine and what's yours and like this and this and this. But like, you can have what's yours, but you can't have everything, bro. It's like we have governments and it's like they tell us what to do, when to do it, how to do it. And it's like everybody's always, humans are just too greedy, bro. We are too greedy, and like that's gonna be the death of us, okay? And we like to play God as well, okay? And that's gonna ruin us someday. But besides the point, I mean, if you can't see, I'm kind of, pretty pissed and annoyed right now. Not just with myself, but with the law and the world. But so I've been having issues trying to find insurance so I can purchase a car and like, just work my life away anyways. Um so I got into an accident a while back. This mostly is to just get some feedback as what you guys think I should do. I apologize for the bad for the bad hold on, it's coming. For the bad Holy shit. For the bad Come on, brain, don't let me down. It's on my tongue now. For the bad view, for the bad lighting. That's the word, right? For the bad lighting. Okay, it's rolling on my tongue right. Okay, I apologize for the bad lighting. So a few months, weeks, a while back, I got into an accident. A hit and run, which is what it was, and that's what I reported. Actually, it was on my street. um, I was coming home from work. It was a busy night. Traffic was crazy. It was like as far as the eye can see, starting at the red light. okay, and I was probably like in the middle of it or quarter. Um, I get rear-ended from the back. Okay, granted, yes, I was a little close. Okay, but everybody was close. Okay, so I was a little close. I was about 18 feet away. No, I was about 20. I was about 20 feet. I was about 20. I was about 15 feet. I was about 15. Mm, Okay. I don't remember the feet. It was a while ago. I don't want to go and start making up numbers. Okay, so forget about the feet. But I was. I wasn't. Okay, so you know how in driving school they tell you that there's a distance that you have to be behind somebody? Okay, let's just say I was a little bit past that distance. Okay. So, anyways, someone from behind me, they rear ended me into the person in front of me, right? So I was panicking. It was a night shift. I was tired. And I knew for a fact I did not want to get another ticket because it was going to fuck my life up, especially after, you know, my mom gave me a crazy lecture. And then my dad also gave me a crazy lecture and how he thought I shouldn't even be driving because I made a couple driving errors beforehand. Okay, but prior to this, I had took a couple months off to like practice driving with my mom and took it slow. Wasn't driving. I was biking, and then during this day, I was driving. I was driving well. Like I was only driving from work to the gym, and the other days I was biking. So I was keeping track, of my driving, and I was doing good. Anyways, I was coming home from work right on this traffic rear-ended into someone. I got out of the car. I was panicking. I couldn't see. I saw the back person, right? But I didn't know if they're the ones that hit me or if somebody else hit me. But I know I felt that tension from the back. Okay. So I got out of the car. I drove to the side and I noticed the person behind me was in a rush. He was trying to drive away. So I instinctively thought that was my suspect. So I drove, pulled up right in front of him, and I said, "You are not going to drive away. Why did you hit me?" Blah, 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 blah. So I was basically just like trying to get the information and like the insurance and get the cops involved and all that, right? But like they didn't speak any English at all. Okay. This whole neighborhood is like this. It's full of a lot of Mexicans and black people. Okay. So they didn't speak any Spanish. They didn't speak any English, which I wasn't surprised. I was like, holy fuck, I'm fucked. So then I'm trying to get him on the side of the road. The person that I ran into, I was also trying to speak to, but like, bro was in a rush. Okay, like he was gone. I hit him. I got out. I apologized. I was like, hey, sorry, somebody in the back hit me. Can we talk? And he was just like, no habla English, no habla English, and just drove off. He was gone. So I don't know what his deal was, but he would have been a lot of help because he also saw what happened. Um, But I told him like, hey, I want to call the cops so they can come and help us figure this out. And he was just like, no habla English. He was gone. Okay, so I don't know what his deal was. But the guys in the back that were trying to drive off, they decided to stick around because I literally parked my car in front of the road. I was like, nobody is leaving. Nobody, bro. I'm not about to get another ticket, bro. At 18. Wait, no, I was 19. Was I 19 or 20? I'm 21 right now. I was 18. Okay. No. Yes, I was 18. Okay. Forget the age and all that shit. I'm tired. Anyways, so they stuck around and I was like, okay, I don't understand what they're saying. They don't understand what I'm saying, except the part where the way they are telling me that they're not the ones that hit me. So he was just like, me no hit you. Me see, neighbor, he come to drive. He come from driveway. He hit you, and he went, So they're just like, broken English. I could understand that. I was like, okay, so you saw, you see what happened, And they're like, yes, yes. So I'm like, stay here. I'm gonna call the cops. maybe they can help us, you know. But then they started to get panicked too, you know. They're starting like panic as well. And I'm like, why are you panicking? You know, they're just gonna help us take some information. I'm like, can I get your number and like name and like photo so like I can, you know, at least have my insurance like dig into it so they can help me out. And they're like, C, 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 C. So I'm assuming C means yes, right? So I call the cop. I'm like, hey, I just had a hit and run, and I'd like to have someone down here to help me out translate. I have some witnesses, but unfortunately, they don't speak any English, and I have no clue what to do. Instead of saying yes, they're like, are there any casualties? I'm like, no. Are the witnesses okay? Is anybody hurt? I'm like, nope, nobody's hurt. And I'm like, and then they're like, oh, well, I apologize, but unless there is an actual casualty and somebody's hurt, we can't dispatch somebody down there to help you. And I'm like, what? But I just need help for someone to take notes. None of us can understand the language. Like, we need help. And they're like, nope, sorry, unless there's, you know, so I'm just like, fuck you, cops. Obviously, I didn't say that, but like, that was going through my head. I was just like, I fucking hate cops, bro. Like, that one time, I need their help. That one time, bro. They can't just go through for me, bro. Are you kidding me? So, I'm trying to get these people's names and like take pictures of their face so then I can, you know, hand it to somebody that can like dig into it. But then they're like, oh, no, 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 me have to go, me have to go. Sorry, sorry. So then they just drove off too. And I'm just like, fucked on the side of the road. And that was that. That was that. So I go home. I call the insurance because the bumper to my car came off. Granted, it was a 2012, and the original owner kind of messed with the car. I mean, it was kind of like a sports car. Um, it wasn't like the coolest car, but you know, teenagers, we love fast shit, cool looking shit. So I bought it because it was cool looking. Not really the smartest decision, but anyways, it was kind of low. So when I got rear-ended, when the guy had like one of those like big, sort of box truck ish, but it was like a van, big van, and the front kind of like went under his car, and the bumper just like came off. It was like scratched on the front or whatever, and on the side, and I was like, I don't want to spend money to fix this, okay? So I reported it to my insurance. I was like, hey, I got a hit and run today. I gave him the road and where it happened. I told him I had witnesses, but I was unable to like get their info because they didn't speak any English. And I also told them, I mentioned to them, I did call the cops to help me get the witnesses' information, but they said they wouldn't help me either unless there were any actual casualties. So I let my insurance know that, okay? And I assumed we're on the right page. And they said, okay, please just send us some pictures and give us more details of like what happened. And I'm like, okay, I took some pictures, I sent to them, and I said, I was coming home from work, I was in traffic, someone hit me from the back, um, and then I panicked, I got out of the car, I don't actually know what happened, I just know for a fact somebody hit me from the back. But then the people, my witnesses, said that I was hit from the side, like the person from the driveway was trying to go out, like sort of like side-ish back, like right side of the tail light, sort of, right? And then they seem believable. They seem like nice guys, so I just took their story for it, and that's what I told the insurance. Like, hey, this is what they told me. They were my witnesses. I did try to collect information, but I was unable to. I did try to get, you know, the cops involved, but they also said no. So I have nothing. I have like no clue what to do, and I don't have a witness anymore. So I told them my story. They took it in, and they're like, okay, we'll take a look at this, and once it goes through, we'll send you. So once it goes through, we'll let you know. Okay, once it goes through, we will let you know. And I said, okay, send them the information, pictures, told them my story, and I waited. I think it was like a week or 4 days. I think it was about a week or something like that. A week, maybe a little bit more. He texts me back and he says, "Okay, your claim went through. On your claim went through. Unfortunately, um, because of the car's damage, it's not because of the car's value and its damage. It's not worth us fixing." And that means that I could understand that. It was a 2012. It had a lot of miles. Um, and previously to that, to the owner was in an accident with the car before he bought it, or whatever. Like so I could understand that. But they were like, okay, we'll send you some money instead. We'll have someone come and pick it up. I'm like, okay. But remember, during this whole conversation, I assumed that they're taking my hit and run, like, complaint as a hit and run, like as I described it. Okay, like they're accepting like what I'm saying, and that's why they're going through with this. Like I was like, if they didn't, I kind of thought they would deny it. But like if they looked at it and they're like, oh yeah, your story, we looked into it and we couldn't get we couldn't find any information that proves your claim. We're gonna have to deny it. Because if they denied it, then I would have probably just sold the car for scraps for 300, and then I had like 2 grand in my bank. I could have just bought, like a cheap junky car for work, right? But instead, they took the car, they gave me some money, and I bought a different car, right? I bought a different car. A couple months went down. I think a year went down. And I'm applying for a citizenship, and they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna need a copy of your driver's record. And I'm like, driver, how do I do that? I'm like, oh yeah, you just go to Secretary of State and ask them for it, and they can print it out. I was like, oh, I didn't know you can do that. So I was excited because I wanted to see how many points I had, because I knew in those couple of years I was not the most fortunate. Okay, I got that. Dude, the instant I looked at it, the first thing I saw, which wasn't the first thing on the paper, it was like on the bottom, but it was the first thing I saw. It was that claim, and it was stated at fault accident. Now I'm just like confused. Okay, so I called my dad. I tried to explain the story to him and like what happened. And he's like, oh yeah, I remember that. You did explain that to us. But it's like, I kind of thought they gave me the money because my claim went through and it was a hit and run. And not them just giving me money because I lied about my story and it's just their job to give people money. But anyways, it's just like I want your guys' opinion. Like, can insurance companies do that, or is that illegal? Like if I call my insurance, right? And I tell them there was a hit and run, you're right. For example, I show them a picture of like my door. It was dinged, it was hit, right? I send that through, they look at it, they say yes, they say yes, give us a week or whatever. They inspect it, they say your claim went through, they send you some money. The truck comes, picks it up, right? And then a month go by or a year go by, right? And then somehow you find out that instead of writing it as a hit and run or just like dismissing it, they went and wrote it on your record as an at-fault accident. Like, is that legal? Like, can people do that? I didn't even know. Like, this is the type of shit I wish they teach in school, in freaking driving school, because they don't. And a lot of the stuff that's happened to me, bro, they don't teach in driving school. Like, in driving school, they only teach you how to control the steering wheel, how to go on the speed limit, how to turn, how to park. That's about it. That's all they do. How to read the signs and all that. That's about it. That is literally all they do. Okay? They don't teach you nothing else. So, I just got like a question. Like, am I at fault for that? Like, is that really my fault? Because like I need some, like, if there anybody else that's been through like the same situation, you know, like what exactly is like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know for a fact if I had had if I had if I had had if I had had if a cop I'm a little bit sick, so my throat is like, my mom and my sister were sick, and like they're getting me sick. I don't really like get sick like that though, so I'll probably be better once I drink some salt water. But like, I just don't understand. Like I feel like the law is kind of fucked up a little bit because you don't find out until it's too late. Until it's like later in the day. you know, um, which is, I mean, it is what it is. If I can't figure out a way to like fight it and have it removed, or find an agency that can give me like decent insurance, I'm gonna be fucked for a while, which means I won't be able to drive for the next 5 years. And that's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt a lot. You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm just concerned of like what I'm gonna do during the winter, or like when it rains to get to work. You know, and like if I gotta go work somewhere and then go to the gym too. So it's just like, I just don't see a clear path anymore with like my dreams of becoming like a bodybuilder and like all this shit I had planned for my future. I just don't see it right now. I like see nothing. It's just like, just absolute darkness and no light at all, bro. Like, I don't know what to do. I don't know if that's why I've been thinking about like enlisting in the Air Force, because I just like don't care anymore, and like I feel like I don't have a purpose, or if it's just like it's interesting to me. I don't know. I have some friends that are in the Air Force, and they they've been telling me I should totally join. That would be a good fit for it. I never really was interested because, to be honest, I'm not actually a citizen yet, so I didn't know how that would work out. But also, I hate taking orders, and I like managing my own life, and I don't want the government to manage my life. But my life seems like the government's already managing it, bro. I mean, it's like, how much worse can it get? Might as well, sign my life away and at least get some decent benefits from it. At least if I'm gonna be fucked, I'll be fucked with loyalty. But on some real shit though, like, what should I do? Like, if you have any recommendations for like insurance I should check out, or some cars I should take a look into that would help my my insurance like estimations be better, comment down below. It'd mean a lot. I've been struggling mentally, physically, emotionally. I think emotionally and mentally is different, because mentally is like in the head, and then emotionally I feel like that's in the heart. Okay, so mentally and emotionally and physically. But yeah, I just think I'm just not a really big fan of the, I mean, I guess that incident was more of like a reminder as to why I hate cops. Because like prior to that, I always blamed cops for our incident that happened with my family for foster care, and it all happened in a hotel that's literally in this neighborhood, which is so funny. So basically, what happened, like this one day, we were eating, we were enjoying life. Okay, like we were living in a hotel, but we were doing okay. We were happy. We were we were doing good, okay? And then like 5 cops show off with CPS. They tear us apart, take us away. And like I remember seeing my mom crying, and I locked myself in the bathroom, and I thought about jumping out the window, like literally. I remember that hotel room, bro. And I could go over there right now and show you what room we were in, bro. That's how clearly I remember it. And ever since then, I've always hated cops, bro. I always hated them. I hate seeing them. I hate talking about them. And I hate asking for their help regardless. So I'm always scared of them too, from like all this shit I see on social media. And this one time, my dad showed me an Instagram of a Congolese kid, like around my age, who was shot. Like literally, I'm from Congo, bro. Like that shit was scary. And then like when I got into my first accident, I remembered my dad showing that. I'm like, holy shit, I could be next, bro. Like I literally could be next. And it's just like, I was terrified, bro. And even though that accident, like I full-heartedly feel like some of the accidents I've had were not my fault, and I got blamed for them due to the fact that I was unable to get my story straight. But and then there's some that I take full responsibility for. Like if you can't take responsibility for shit, that's just you being immature. And I know I'm not the best. I wasn't the best driver at the time, and I made some mistakes. I own that. But I also know that I was taken advantages of, because I didn't understand like how to like talk to cops, or how like I was just scared. Like I was trembling, bro. Every time I saw a cop, it was like I could not speak, you know? And when I did speak, I said the wrong shit. So I talked to someone once who was like experienced with them. They're like, oh yeah, if a cop ever pulls you over, whether it's an accident or whatever, you don't have to like say anything. And on top of that, like you don't have to like blame yourself for shit. Like even if it's true, like if you rear end someone, or let's say there's a collision or whatever, or like, unless they're like witnesses or like cameras, like no one actually knows what happened unless there's like a clear investigation. They look into it and they study and all that. So like you could literally just be like, oh yeah, I did not do it. I did not do it. I did not do it. This is what happened. Like give them your own story. And then it's like, it's all up to the people that do the investigations to like judge you or whatever. That's also stupid too, because like you can literally sue anyone you want, like even if they didn't do it. Like I could right now, like I could go and sue my mom for countless shit, and she would literally go to jail if I had the money to. But it's like stupid, because it's like, why would you do that? I feel like money doesn't change people, bro. Money just reminds people that they're now completely in charge. Okay, money is like the key to the door. Like once you have money, bro, you can open any door. It's like you just get away with more shit. And once you understand that, it's like people abuse it. And that's why we have so many rich people that just like go to jail over and over again, and like their lives are still perfect. They're still fine. They're still happy, you know? Like like the law is just like I get why the law is there, The law is supposed to be like a fair trial for everybody, but in all honesty, it's not. Like it's really not. And like it should not be like that, So but besides me complaining about my life, please comment below. Let me know what you think about, that incident, that hit and run that I reported. Let me know if there's something that I can do, if there's someone I can talk to. Um, I have thought about like taking it to court and like trying to get it fixed, but I don't have money for a lawyer. But see, that's what I'm talking about, rich people, okay? If this shit happened to a rich person, they'd have gotten it handled ASAP, bro. Money would have just been flying, bro. They would have wiped that shit off their record, bro. But on some real shit, yeah, just let me know what I should do. Um, but yeah, man, it's been on my mind. Not just that, but just like life, bro. Like I just don't know what to do anymore. Like I guess I was just dreaming. I was dreaming too much, you know what I'm saying? So but like I don't know if I'm just like growing or if it's just like adulthood or like responsibility, but it's just like I just don't see like what the point of like life is anymore. Like for me, like bodybuilding used to be like my purpose for living, you know? And like life used to be my purpose for living, to like adventure into the world and like explore different things, try. But now it's like I don't see that shit ever happening, bro. Cause like, I don't know. But it could also just be that I'm just in that time of year, where, you get depressed. But yeah. On some real shit though, just like comment down, let me know what you think about my story. Let me know if you think that was if that was fair game. I also want to know if insurance companies can do that. Like if you go in and tell them one thing, they acknowledge it, but then do something totally different. Like is that a thing? Can they do that? Is that legal? Like, can I sue them for that? Because if I can, I'm probably going to. No, honestly, I wouldn't. If I can fight it and it comes off, I probably wouldn't even sue him. I'll probably just be like, I want some good deals on your insurance. Like $100 a month. That's all I want. Not freaking 300. But yeah, so I gotta eat my dinner here. And then I gotta try to call some other insurance companies and see if I can find anything decent. My dad is trying to help me out. He sent me some places I should take a look at. But yeah. So y'all have a nice weekend and stay strong, eh?